Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Iowa High School Sports Awards. Brought to you by the Des Moines Register. Presented by Hy-Vee.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the state's best high school athletes.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today, the records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here, so I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Scarlett Martin of Iowa City West High School.
Scarlett Martin set new state records in the 100-meter butterfly and 100-meter backstroke in November at the state's championship meet. The Iowa City West High School junior was also part of the Trojans' record-breaking 4x100 freestyle relay team and was named the meet's most outstanding swimmer. Martin committed to swim at the University of Florida beginning in 2022.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Scarlett. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Trent Franzen of Ankeny High School.
Trent Franzen ended his decorated career at Ankeny High School in familiar fashion, with plenty of wins. Franzen won state titles in both the 200-yard freestyle and 500-yard freestyle, completing a three-peat in both events, and also anchored state champion 200-yard and 400-yard freestyle relay teams. Franzen will be remembered as one of Iowa's top swimmers in recent history, having won 6 state titles and owning a half-dozen state records. He will swim at the University of California, Berkeley in 2021.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Trent.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there, PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true, but there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. So let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Golfer of the Year is Shannon Vogler of Bettendorf High School.
Shannon Vogler proved why she's among the top golfers in the American Junior Golf Association with her 2021 performance at Bettendorf. The junior won Iowa's Class 4A individual state title with a 2-round score of 5 under par, which was the best of all 4 classes. She was also the only golfer in the state to shoot below 70 both days of the tournament. Vogler's performance helped Bettendorf finish 3rd in the overall team race.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Shannon. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Golfer of the Year is Jack Starr of Waukee High School.
Jack Starr's run for storied Waukee High School ends on top as the senior won his first career state championship in his final match. Starr posted a 2-day score of 3 over and was the only golfer to shoot even par or better in Day 2 of Iowa's 4A state championship. He helped Waukee win yet another state title, its 3rd in a row.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Jack.
Carrie Walsh Jennings here. Stick around. Volleyball's coming up soon.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Redline hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh Jennings.
Carrie Walsh Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are and the Iowa Volleyball Player of the Year is
Fiona Schrader of Ankeny High School. Fiona Schrader led Ankeny to a 22-2 record and the Class 5A State Volleyball Championship. She ranked 6th in 5A with 601 assists. The Notre Dame-bound setter also led her team with 50 aces, and she added 63 blocks and 163 digs. During Ankony's 3-match run through the state tournament, Schrader recorded 107 assists, 30 kills, and 9 aces.
Congratulations on being best in the state.
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1 claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles, added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles. 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. Here are the honorees for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Tennis Player of the Year is
Allison Zaley of Dowling Catholic High School. Allison Zaley emerged from a loaded Class 2A girls tennis singles field to win the state championship. Zaley didn't lose a single set during the state tournament and outscored her opponents 48-15. The Dowling Catholic Junior also helped her team claim the girls' tennis state team title. During the regular season, Zaley helped lead the Maroons to a spotless 10-0 record in head-to-head team contests.
Congratulations, great job. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Tennis Player of the Year is
Cameron Luring of Applington Parkersburg High School. Dominant. That is the only word to describe how Applington Parkersburg's Cameron Luring ended his tennis career. The Falcons stand out and the tournament's #1 overall seed cruised to the Class 1A boys singles title, winning in straight sets without dropping a game. Not only that, but Luring didn't allow a single point at the state tournament. He also won the 2019 singles title. He will continue his tennis career at the University of Nebraska, Omaha.
Well done, congratulations.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater Ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnassus here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross-country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Shuey Johnson of Ballard High School.
Shuey Johnson might be moving to Texas, but her performance in 2020 will remain in Iowa history for years to come. The sophomore from Ballard was the only girl in Iowa to break the 18-minute mark during state championship. Her time not only led her to an individual cross-country title, but also led her team to the 3A state championship, the second in a row for Ballard.
Congratulations, Shuey. Here are the honorees for the Male Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Nate Mueller of Adele DeSoto Minburn High School.
Nate Mueller made it back-to-back gold medals in 2020. The ADM senior cruised to his second consecutive individual championship, besting the rest of the Class 3A field by almost 20 seconds. His winning time of 15 minutes and 28.70 seconds was the fastest of any runner in Iowa during state. Mueller will continue his long-distance career at Iowa State University.
Congratulations, Nate.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game, some listen to the same music, some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Moyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all rituals are a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational. Whatever it takes, right? Yeah. What about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. no matter if we're home or away, like the right sock and the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So, you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
Okay, let's be honest. I'm never going to suit up in a goalie gear and stand in front of a 100-mile-an-hour slap shot or block Shaq's shot. But I have put on a pair of tricolor rented shoes and rolled a ball down a greased lane with some friends. So with the help of legendary Chris Barnes, let's go bowling, man.
Chris Barnes, the Kansas native, has claimed 19 PBA Tour titles during his 20-plus year bowling career. This 2018 PBA Hall of Fame inductee has rolled 55 perfect games and is the only bowler in history to win Collegiate Player of the Year, the PBA Rookie of the Year, PBA Player of the Year, World Cup Champion, and the World Singles Gold Medal.
Hey everybody, Chris Barnes here to give a much-deserved shout out to my fellow bowlers. For some reason, bowling doesn't seem to get as much love out there in the world as some other high school sports. I, for one, can't think of a single reason why that would be. As the fastest growing high school sport in America, it seems times are changing. In our sport where perfection is an attainable goal, an accomplished bowler will always have a keen eye, laser-like attention to detail, and they'll have to make all parts of their game work together to be in absolute harmony with their surroundings, just like an athlete in any other sport. So I'm not sure why there is often this subtle lack of respect for bowling out there in the media. Maybe it's the shoes? But at least we don't have referees, right? Here are your honorees for the Female Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Bowler of the Year is Stephanie Burge of Waterloo East High School.
Stephanie Burge capped her career with a Class 2A individual state championship. This comes a year after finishing in the top 10 as a junior. The Waterloo East senior posted a 2-game score of 481 to win the championship. Burge is the second consecutive Waterloo East girls bowler to win a state title.
Congratulations, Stephanie. And now for the guys' lane. Here are your honorees for the Male Bowler of the Year. And the finalists are Iowa's Male Bowler of the Year is Brady Krager of Davenport Central High School.
Brady Krager's meteoric rise ends with being named the best bowler in the state. The Davenport Central freshman captivated the Iowa bowling scene, winning a state championship by throwing a 2-game Class 3A tournament record of 562. Krager became Davenport Central's first ever individual state bowling champion. Krager began the season on the junior varsity team and was the team's 5th place finisher only a week prior at Iowa's sub-state tournament.
Congratulations, Brady.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. Speaking of which, it's time to meet our honorees. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Audrey Berman of Western Dubuque High School.
Audrey Bierman was the star of the Iowa State meet, winning 4 golds in 4 races. She took home the Class 3A titles in the 400-meter dash, 200-meter dash, and 100-meter dash. And she anchored Western Dubuque's champion sprint medley relay race. She finished second in the 400 at the 2021 Drake Relays.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Audrey. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Nate Mueller of ADM High School.
Nate Mueller dominated the Class 3A field at the state meet, winning his Class 800-meter, 1600-meter, and 3200-meter races. His times led the state in the 1600 and 3200, and he also won both those events at the 2021 Drake Relays. This is Mueller's second win of the night, already taking home the award for cross country.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Nate.
It is called the beautiful game. And with 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world, I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Soccer Player of the Year is Kenzie Rowling of Waverly Shell Rock High School.
Kenzie Rowling led all of Iowa with 76 goals, which was 22 more than anybody else. She also had 169 points in what can only be described as a dominant individual season. In Iowa's soccer signee, Rowling led Waverly Shell Rock to a 19-2 record, pacing 18 consecutive wins to end the season with a Class 2A girls state soccer title.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Kenzie. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are And the Iowa Male Soccer Player of the Year is Jaron Obia of West Des Moines Valley High School.
Jaron Obia, West Des Moines Valley's star midfielder, led Iowa Class 3A boys soccer with 82 points. Broken down, he registered 34 goals and 14 assists through Valley's 21 games. The Grandview soccer signee led the Tigers to a 17-5 record and a state semifinal appearance against Iowa City West.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Jaron.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Get ready for more. Introducing Hy-Vee Plus. Get a Hy-Vee Plus premium membership for just $99 a year and get fuel savings every time you shop in-store and online. Plus, exclusive deals and offers every month. Plus, you can call our Red Line hotline day or night for anything you need. Plus, free standard delivery and free express pickup. Plus, a personal online shopper. With Hy-Vee Plus, our plus equals more. Sign up today.
Now, Laura, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how would you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are
And the Iowa State Defensive Football Player of the Year is Xavier Wanpa of Southeast Polk High School. Xavier Wanpa, a hard-hitting safety with elite ball skills, had full command of Southeast Polk's defense in 2020, leading a unit that allowed just shy of 11 points per game, which were the second fewest in Class 4A. A 4-star top 50 national prospect, Wanpa recorded 41 tackles and 6 interceptions, including one he returned for a touchdown.
Congratulations to the Iowa Defensive Football Player of the Year.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more of my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the Fumblerooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Offensive Football Player of the Year is Cooper DeJean of OAB CIG High School.
Cooper DeJean, the do-it-all player for OAB CIG, led the Falcons to their second consecutive football state title. An Iowa signee, DeJean piled up just shy of 5,000 yards and 62 total touchdowns. Both of those marks were by far the most among Iowa's 5'11" player classes this season. He completed 60% of his passes, throwing 35 touchdowns compared to 9 interceptions.
Congrats, Cooper. You are the best in the state.
Imagine for a moment what it would be like to go through your day carrying around something that weighs the same as you do. Now imagine that weight isn't playing nice and is fighting you the whole time. It would get pretty exhausting, pretty fast. Welcome to the life of a wrestler. Here to help us award these masters of the mat is freestyle Olympic champion Kyle Snyder.
Kyle Snyder, aka Captain America, in 2016 became the youngest Olympic gold medalist and world champion in American wrestling history. He helped Team USA win its first world championship in more than 20 years. He'll be repping the red, white, and blue again when he attempts to defend his freestyle Olympic gold in Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Kyle Snyder here. If you want to have a long and successful wrestling career, you have to embrace a concept that is foreign to most Americans. I'm talking about kilograms. That measure of weight that school children and the rest of the world use with ease, but adults in the US can't seem to wrap their heads around. So if you already have a handle on it, you're ahead of the game. It's kind of like learning the language of your opponents. Що може дати вам більше преимущество в конкуренції не думаєте? Here are your honorees for the Female Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Female Wrestler of the Year is Ella Schmidt of Bettendorf High School.
Few wrestlers can say they dominated quite like Bettendorf High School wrestler Ella Schmidt. The junior rolled through Iowa's girls wrestling bracket, pinning her way to her second consecutive girls state championship and third consecutive trip to the state finals. Less than a month later, she became just the third Iowa girls wrestler ever to qualify for the boys state tournament, then won a match there too, becoming only the second girl to ever do that. Schmidt was named Iowa's Dan Gable Miss Wrestler of the Year, and the 106-pounder is one of the top names to watch next year as a senior.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Ella. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Wrestler of the Year. And the finalists are and the Iowa Male Wrestler of the Year is Drake Ayala of Fort Dodge High School.
Drake Ayala will go down as one of Iowa's best wrestlers in modern memory. The Fort Dodge senior won his third Iowa State championship this past season. The win is yet another notch in Ayala's belt. He has also won 2 freestyle national events, a Super 32 Challenge belt, a Who's Number 1 victory, and departs with a 171-3 career record. Ayala is currently the top-ranked wrestler in the country at 126 pounds and will continue his career collegiately at the University of Iowa.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Drake.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit. Nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents. Going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Chipper Jones here. Let's see who really knocked it out of the park this year. Coming up right after this.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right? Do you want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jenny Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jenny Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jenny Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. And your finalists for the Softball Player of the Year are and the Iowa Softball Player of the Year is Kaylin Kinney of Cedar Rapids Kennedy High School.
Kaylin Kinney left her mark on Iowa high school softball, which is why she was named the best player in the state. Currently a freshman at Nebraska, Kinney ranked 5th in the state with an eye-popping .614 batting average. She also tied for 4th in the state with 11 home runs. She posted a .39 ERA in the circle en route to the state title for Cedar Rapids Kennedy.
Congratulations on being the best in the state, Kaylin.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after a big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. Here are your finalists for the Baseball Player of the Year. And the Iowa Baseball Player of the Year is Gabe Swanson of Johnston High School.
Junior Gabe Swanson put up a season with eye-popping numbers as the best batter on the best hitting team in Class 4A. The Nebraska commit hit more than 400 with 4 home runs and drove in a Class 4A best 34 runs.
Congratulations, Gabe, and best of luck at Nebraska.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and Iowa's Females Basketball Player of the Year is Katie Danabeer of Waukee High School.
Katie Danabeer ends her decorated high school career with a state championship and plenty of hardware. The senior led Waukee High School to a Class 5A state championship, pouring in 29 points in the deciding game to win the title. Danabeer was named the MVP of Iowa's IBCA All-Star Game. She will continue her career at Drake University.
Congratulations, Katie. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the Male Basketball Player of the Year for the state of Iowa is Tucker DeVries of Waukee High School.
Tucker DeVries led Waukee High School to a state championship in his final season. The 6'7" point forward and power guard is one of the state's top senior recruits. DeVries can play multiple positions and can knock down 45% from long range. He opted to continue his career at Drake University, where he'll play for his father, Darian, over offers from programs such as Florida, Creighton, Oregon, and Iowa State.
Congratulations, Tucker.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, "Courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow."
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship, and through their strength and tenacity, were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipient of the Courage Award for the state of Iowa is Jeremiah Chapman of Charles City High School.
When I first moved to Iowa, I wanted to fit in, especially because I have a different skin color than most of my friends. So I knew that was going to be hard. So I was like, I can't react like what they want me to do. I have to react differently.
We had really high moments, and then there were really low moments. It was really high because I felt like in the wake of George Floyd, that was huge, so that was still fresh and new. And then I think, again, just the way he handled it was so mature.
At first I was just like, it's whatever, and then the comments kept getting deeper and deeper, and I was like, dang.
The low moments were, I don't want to do this. I don't want to keep talking about it.
They said I should have been George Floyd.
I want to forget about this. I don't want to remember this every day.
Go back to the field, stuff like that.
He, for a long time, struggled with being black and living in Iowa. And that goes back to, we've been living in Iowa for 12 years. Because of all of that, he did not want it to be big. He just kind of wanted to be like, okay, this happened, just leave it alone.
For me, it showed me that I can't make everyone happy, because that's what I was trying to do at first. I changed who I was, my personality thing, just so that wouldn't happen to me. But I know no matter what, not everyone's gonna like me, so might as well act myself.
I think he's kind of let that show, more, and be proud of I'm Jeremiah Chapman, and not trying to hide or trying to be somebody I'm not.
It's not like you were just doing sports because I get to hang out. This is something you love. And as a mom, no, we're not doing that. You will not let these people who do not know. If anybody gonna make you quit a sport, it's gonna be me. It's not gonna be no jackwagons that you don't know.
From what happened to me, even my friends, they know you can't fit it, change yourself for everyone.
He's always said I want to be a 4-sport athlete all 4 years. And that's what he's done.
Just be yourself, and if people are truly what they say they are, they'll accept you no matter what.
Congratulations, Jeremiah. Amazing resilience in the face of adversity.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
We've seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know, it doesn't matter what sport you play, there really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year.
The Ankeny High School football team, the Waukee High School boys basketball team, and the Waukee High School girls basketball team.
And the Iowa Team of the Year is...
Ankeny football's 2020 season was one for the history books. The Hawks faced off-the-field distractions for much of the regular season as Kansas transfer Arlen Bruce IV battled the Iowa High School Athletic Association for eligibility, which he eventually gained in Week 6. Still, Ankeny powered its way to a 6-1 regular season before running through a who's who of Iowa football powers in the playoffs. It cruised past Cedar Falls and Waukee to get to the state semifinals at the UNI Dome. Then it toppled 7-time defending champion Dowling Catholic in an overtime semifinal thriller, and it throttled a loaded Southeast Polk team by 28 points to claim its first state football title since 2012.
Congratulations, guys. Superb job. Way to bring back the state championship title. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are
Chris Guess, girls basketball coach from Waukee High School, Matt Prees, boys and girls cross country coach from Waukee High School and Dallas Center Grimes High School, and Kevin Tippett, football coach from North Scott High School.
And the Iowa Coach of the Year is Matt Prees of Waukee Dallas Center Grimes High School.
It's hard enough to coach one team to a state championship. To do it twice, and especially to do it twice across two different classes and on both the boys and girls side, is almost unheard of. Well, that's what Matt Prees did in 2020-21. He led the Dallas Center Grimes boys cross-country team to the Class 3A state title in October, beating the field by 48 points, the largest margin of all 4 classes. Then in the spring, Prees coached the Waukee girls track and field team to its 4th consecutive Class 4A state title with 96 team points, beating the field by 39 points.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
Good evening, and thanks for tuning in to the Iowa High School Sports Awards. On behalf of presenting sponsor, Hy-Vee, we congratulate the student athletes here tonight for all your outstanding achievements. At Hy-Vee, we believe very strongly in giving back to the communities we serve. It has always been and will always be an important part of our culture. Our Hy-Vee employees are passionate about participating in their communities, as is evidenced through financial support, product support, and where I think the rubber really meets the road, through volunteerism and hands-on involvement. The Iowa High School Sports Awards holds athletes to a higher standard, much like Hy-Vee holds our employees to a higher standard. Tonight, we recognize student athletes not only for their athletic achievements, but also for their leadership in their classrooms and communities. And as presenting sponsor for the Male and Female Athletes of the Year, we want to celebrate and congratulate the 2 winners for their exceptional success and service. We feel privileged to be a part of tonight's event and look forward to congratulating the award recipients. We hope all of you have a great evening.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Hy-Vee.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Audie Crooks, a sophomore from Bishop Garrigan High School. Ainsley Erzin, a junior from Carlisle High School, and Emily Wood, a senior from Pleasant Valley High School.
And the Female Athlete of the Year for the state of Iowa is Emily Wood of Pleasant Valley High School.
4 sport athletes in high school are certainly unique, but 4 sport athletes in high school who excel in every single one, that's rare. But this year, that was Pleasant Valley's Emily Wood. An Iowa State softball signee, she hit .482 last summer with 2 home runs, 18 RBI, and 21 stolen bases while leading Pleasant Valley to a state quarterfinals appearance. In all Iowa honorable mention in volleyball, Wood logged 176 kills as an outside hitter and helped lead the Spartans to a Class 5A title game berth. On the basketball court, she was Pleasant Valley's second leading scorer, and in track and field, Wood won the Class 4A state 400-meter hurdles title and anchored the Spartans championship 4x100 meter relay race.
Congratulations, Emily.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say,
"Hey, there's Rutledge. Why did you throw the Diesel some love?"
Wow. So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Hy-Vee.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Cooper DeJean, a senior from OAB CIG High School. Marcus Morgan, a senior from Iowa City West High School, and Griffin Little, a senior from Bettendorf High School.
And the Male Athlete of the Year for the state of Iowa is Cooper DeJean of OABCIG High School.
Every few years in Iowa, there's a small-town athlete who reaches legend status in his local community, while also dazzling the state as a whole. This past year, that was OABCIG's Cooper DeJean. In all Iowa Elite Team football selection, he led the team to the Class 1A football championship. In basketball, DeJean averaged nearly 26 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, while leading the Falcons to a 21-2 record. In all Iowa Elite Team selection for track and field, DeJean won the Drake Relays long jump and the Class 2A long jump at the state meet, where he also won the 2A 100-meter dash. DeJean is an Iowa football signee.
Congratulations, Cooper.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.